What's been going on?
Your mate.
Your ex?
A bit of a...
Yeah.
Yeah, my ex.
Yeah.
Had a little bit of a moment to Chloe Meadows.
Yeah, with right. I think it was a build-up of a lot of stuff that has been said over the last few weeks, and eventually it got to him, and he just said his piece.
The vibe I got was, it seemed a bit like he was, like, taking out of his frustration, maybe on me, onto her.
Well, I think you haven't been exactly steering clear, have you?
I've messaged him a couple of times.
He doesn't want to talk about the dog. You never open up about your actual feelings about it.
The dog is like a stepping stone to maybe speaking.
The stepping stone.
It's because I did not want to say or do anything with Dan that would get him confused or make him think that I want to get back with him because I didn't.
There was no confusion. I don't know whether you was confused, but there was no confusion what happened and what went on in the end. There was none.
I'm talking about recently.
Recently?
Because you're saying...
Yeah, recently. Yeah, recently, but...
No, but I don't want to get back with Dan, and this is the thing. It's like the whole...
So what are you doing it for?
This is whole... Doing what?
Why are you messaging him saying, let's go for a dog walk?
What, in a moment of me feeling vulnerable, because my fucking dog's ashes was sitting next to me in the front room laying with Oliver, I can't message him and say that? What? Who are you to say I can't say that?
I'm not saying you can't say that.
If he's got all these feelings and these emotions, message me and say something.
And then pent-up emotions come out in the conversation the other day with Chloe.
I know, but he's not giving me that energy. He's not giving me energy when we're on the phone for FaceTime for an hour and we're talking like it's normal. So how am I meant to know what he's thinking?
Because you don't give that energy. Listen, you only give what you get back.
What am I meant to say? He's f***ing Ella. He's f***ing the girl that he told me not to worry about 2 years ago. So what does he want me to say?
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know
what
whether
does he want me to say? I don't get it.
I don't know whether there's an opportunity or a situation to have an open, honest conversation of how your relationship broke down, but...
We don't need to go over at the end of the day. It's
Obviously.
not the girl's problem. It's not the girl's fault that if the comments they're making are getting in his head. It's not... Because if he was super, super, super happy...
He is.
He is, but why is he getting in his head then?
He feels like of this going for walks with dogs, talking about the dog. It's like a thing for him. He's like, I don't want to do this now anymore.
I struggle to sympathise. Oh, poor Dan. Well, me, he was poor me for a long time. Like...
No sympathy.
Not much sympathy, no.
All right.
I'm never going to really be open and honest to say how I feel about things. He's happy and he's moved on, so...
You don't have to do anything you don't want to do, Amber. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
But there's no point in just being a chat about the dog. It doesn't matter about the dog. Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm sure I'll see him around, maybe.
Yeah. All right.
Just chatting to you.
All right, I'm going to go have a shop.
I'll see you.
Yeah, I'll see you around, yeah? See you later.
See you later. Hello, darling. You all right?
Yeah, not bad. You?
Yeah, I'm all right. Chloe filled me in on hers and yours conversation. I think she was just a bit, like, taken back by... You had so much, like, frustration, it seemed like you just sort of, like, took it out on her.
Yeah, and I did say to her, look, I apologise, I didn't mean to take it out on her, but I was wound up. And it just happened to get to a point where I was
take it out on me if you're frustrated about something to do with
Amber, I
me.
never speak to you about anything, so any meaningful conversation I have seems to come through Chloe. Because you don't speak how you feel, ever. So, if it was me and you having that conversation, it would have probably gone down exactly the same, I would have thought.
But we spoke on the phone and you wasn't Aggie then. I genuinely want you to be happy.
Okay,
and it's like,
fine.
if you found happiness with her, then I am happy.
Well, then you could tell your mates to stay out of it then. Because I've got you contacting me about the dog. When is it really about the dog? Because then you're telling me you're alone, you're sad, you want to go on a dog walk, meet for a dog walk.
Felt vulnerable because my dog's ashes had just been delivered to my house. Am I not allowed to feel vulnerable for once? We're talking about the dog.
Yeah,
we're not allowed.
And I spoke to you on the phone about that.
We did, and it was a nice conversation.
Yeah, I know, but well, it wasn't completely nice, was it? It went into all sorts of other stuff. I was wound up on the phone still.
Well, I didn't feel like it was an Aggie conversation.
Me and you didn't just have a chat on the phone, a really happy chat on the phone, talking about
I didn't leave the conversation.
All normal things in life.
I didn't leave the conversation feeling like it was a bad conversation.
Well, no, it didn't finish heated, but I'm saying, like, you know what we spoke about.
Yeah. I don't know.
Look, every conversation we've had with you is exactly the same. You don't take no accountability for anything you do in your life, and...
I have.
OK, fine. Well, that's that then.
I just find it hard to, like, talk about how I feel.
Yeah, but why? I've said this to you for years, like, why?
Because?
Because you bottle things up and it doesn't do any favours.
OK, so you need to understand that the person I am now and the way I am it's based on... You're not going to like it, but it's based on years and years and years of you doing things to hurt me and me having to act like I'm not bothered by it.
Do you know what,
But can I just say, but you don't listen to what I'm saying.
I've heard it time and time again. I've heard it time and time again. It's always my fault. It's deflected back to me all the time. I know I did wrong back then.
Please understand. You asked me why I feel the way I do, and that's the reason why I feel the way I do. I struggle to speak about how I'm feeling because I'm constantly having to pretend like I'm not bothered that you've done this and I'm not bothered that you've done that and everything's fine. I've been bottling my feelings up about our whole relationship for so long now. I'm at a point where it's like I can't express how I'm feeling. I can't. And I don't want to. Like, I don't want to speak about it.
You don't have to. You don't have to say anything to me. Like I say, it's done now anyway. But there was a time last year when I was sitting there hoping that you would really come and explain your feelings to me. I would, at the end of that relationship, no matter how mad our relationship was, no matter how up and down it was, we was at a place where I would have stuck by you no matter what. No matter what you could say about the early days, we got to a stage where we lived together, we had the dog, and I knew the very worst of you. I saw the very worst of you, and I sat there and I thought, after everything we've been through, I'm going to stick at it, and I would have. That was it. Like, I would have done that.
I think it's just like my coping mechanism. It's just how that's just how I'm wired to be now. I can't change it and I can't help it.
I just don't think in the long run it's going to do you... It's going to do you more harm than good because you're not ever dealing with anything.
I don't think either of us, even if we did say last year, let's sort things out, I don't think it... Do you really think we would have been able to?
No, and when I look back on it,
we wouldn't have been able to.
I'm glad that didn't happen because it would have just carried on in this mad...
Exactly, it would.
Mad roller coaster of what we was already going through.
Yeah.
Look, let's just... We've spoke about it enough times.
Yeah.
Let's just let it go now. I tell James we drop it now. You and the girls drop it. It doesn't need to go on, does it?
No, of course not. Obviously, I don't want to argue. I don't want us to be on bad terms. It's not what I want. Well, am I allowed to have him for a couple of weeks?
Well, you want to take him now? Take him if you want to take him. Be my guest.
You want to come home with Mummy? You want to come home with me? OK, well... I guess I'm going to take him for a little bit.
All right.
Have you got his lead?
Yeah.
You come with Mummy?
Go on, show your mum.
Right. You can say goodbye?
All right. I'll see you in a few days.
I don't think he wants to leave.
Come on, I'll walk with you.
Come on.
Come on, I'm coming with you. I'm coming.
He genuinely doesn't want me to have him. You were always his favourite.
We established that a while ago, didn't we?